Martin. Post-workout me here. Not much. Just do a little something on today. Can't even imagine. Yeah. It was kind of, this weekend was kind of rough for me. Some mental health things. Hey. Of course, it is raining and cloudy today. Yet again. I don't feel like it's too cold, but it's been breezy. Next 2 days, prayerfully, will be better. They say it's going to be real warm by the end of the week. So, as I was saying, mental health wise, I'm not sure. I thought I knew what my triggers were, and I was getting better with that, but we all know healing is not linear. We also know there's not a time limit. And I believe, just my opinion, that it, which, you know, nobody, who cares? But, I mean, I have an opinion, I'm just going to say it. That healing, we will never be fully healed. This is something we have to work on, you know, and know what our triggers are and work on those or avoid or whatever we need to do. Talk to your own mental health care provider. But I myself realized that holidays, for some reason, trigger me. And I really can't pinpoint why. There's not a big reason why. At least that I can find so far, you know. I'm still digging, still working with my therapist, stuff like that, which I definitely recommend. Seeing a counselor, a therapist, a psychotherapist if you need it, psychiatrist, all of these things, because life is just getting more and more complicated as we live in this world, and the complications and everything that go with it are what caused us to have so many problems mentally and emotionally. So that being said, I realized, as I was saying, I realized that I do get triggered by holidays. I start getting anxious as I know the holidays are coming. I don't care what holiday it is. I don't know why. And I really want to just stay in. I don't want to do anything. I want to act like it's just another day. I don't want to do anything special. Maybe because our special is always centered around someone else. I could make new traditions, but at this point, we're so integrated into our usual that it would almost take, just knowing my family, it would almost take something big for us to deviate. By that I mean, it could just be in my brain. I haven't really discussed it, but by that I mean we would have to go away. We would have to do a whole trip, or at least a trip has to be involved for them to get excited. I could even do a weekend trip. I just have not. That's another thing that triggers me, is planning. Like planning a trip. I noticed if I try to plan a trip, start discussing it, I never pull the trigger. And I start getting overwhelmed, and then I'm just like, forget it. I don't even want to go. I don't know why. That's weird. Especially in this day and age where everybody's going on trips, catching flights, and the whole thing. I even starting to plan, I'm just like, get somebody else to do it. I'm cool. I just want to stay at home. I also think I may be a little bit overwhelmed because I am, like I say, I'm in school, going through menopause. I have a regular job, which is getting ready to end because I work at a school, at least for the summer. It's going to end. And then I decided, hey, I need something to work during the summer for money. So I picked up a PRN, nurses know PRN means, as needed job at jail. And that may have triggered me because I went in yesterday, and I mean, just seeing people incarcerated, we try to uplift, like, you know, us and the correctional officers and stuff, we try to keep it uplifting as a family, but it's also rough because you start seeing all these men and women that are locked up. And honestly, I thought it would be a great change. I never worked in the traditional incarceration or corrections services. I've worked as a nurse in a juvenile setting, juvenile corrections program, which is not the same. It's, you know, really different than the big boy jail. I mean, I'm not in the prison, so I think that helps, because the prison system, I'm pretty sure that's super overwhelming. But I think that combination with it being a holiday and doing the same repetitious thing that we do for holidays may have triggered it. But anywho, I got, as I was saying before I was so rudely interrupted by IG, I got my workout in this morning. It was a, you know, a regular little schmegular thing. I'm just glad I made it, because I was moving a little bit scatterbrained this morning. I didn't prepare last night. I just came home, sat up in the bed and watched movies because I needed my brain to shut off, because I was just over everything. So I did do that, took my medicine, went to bed. I'm feeling a little better today, and especially after getting my little workout in. I think this is going to be a good productive day. I have to pack up my office at work for the year, and I'm going to do some journaling and stuff like that during my downtime, because the kids already left for the summer. So yeah, I also ate all wrong yesterday. That doesn't help. Well, not all wrong. I ate my breakfast correctly. I had a, you know, Greek yogurt. I had added in Greek mix-ins by Catalina Crunch. Man, fire. So that added another 10 grams of protein. So that was 20. Of course, I had my protein coffee, which I have every morning. So that was 50. And I had an apple. But after that, ran off the rails, baby. I had popcorn. I had popcorn. And see, that's another thing, not even knowing what I had. I had popcorn. I had candy. I had a little bit of meat from, you know, just grazing and picking off stuff. That doesn't help my mental health. I was saying, bad food and bad eating and bad habits doesn't help my mental health either. They're like running hand in hand. Like, if you have you have triggering incidents as a food addict, you're going to want to eat. And then if you eat all the bad things, it makes you feel bad, not only mentally, but physically. And you just like, you know, you perpetuating the circle. You just run around. So I'm going to be working on that as well. That's what part of the journaling is doing. And then I'm going to sit down and start writing out my meals again. Once I started getting familiar, I stopped writing it out, stopped logging it in the app. I just got to start back on that, and I know that. So yeah, that's the plan for today. I hope you all have a great day. Love you. Be careful. Make good choices.